Hello everyone and welcome back to Maple Leaf Reviews. I'm Jeffrey.
And I'm Jacob.
And today we're taking a look at Ashes Rise of the Pheonixborn.
Yes.
There can be only one.
Yeah, the theme is definitely Highlander, for those of you old enough to know what Highlander is.
Oh man, Highlander is such a good show. But we're not here to talk about Highlander and how much I love it.
It just means we're going to love Ashes naturally.
I guess so. So what made you want to pick up this game, Jacob?
Rodney Smith, watch him play it. He's been covering it a lot. He went to a Ashes convention where he competed there, and he was doing a bunch of periscopes, talking about it, hyping it up, and I was just eating it up. I was like, yeah, I gotta play this game.
And so because of him, you went in and got the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I've kind of had my eye on it for ever since it came out. I was like, oh, it looks interesting. The artwork looks fantastic. I mean, that alone is enough to draw you in, just looking at the box cover itself. But the kind of thing that kept me hesitant was I don't know if I have space in my gaming time to play another head-to-head card game where you're building decks and stuff like that.
Sure.
But I wanted to try it.
Right.
So I'm excited to play it, and I think I'm going to like the game. We'll just see how much I like it, because I'm going to need to like it a lot to want to get it and play it regularly.
Right. For me, another reason why I picked this up was because my wife, I taught her Magic, and she kind of likes the combo building in games, but I don't really want to get into Magic again because it's just like a cesspool of money draining.
A cesspool of money draining.
And so I wanted something that was like a standalone kind of package. A couple expansions come out. You can still deck build. I like the aspect of the dice added in. I think I'm going to enjoy it. I think it's going to probably replace Magic for me.
Okay.
That's kind of the other reason why I bought it, was to replace Magic. So
you don't have to have a cesspool of money draining.
Yes,
in your life. Exactly. All right, well let's get it to the table.
I'm having memory lapse. Did we say this is a before and after?
No, I kind of got hooked on that Highlander joke.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay.
So anyway, this is a before and after. We haven't played it yet, and we're going to tell you. Well, we've told you what our expectations is. We're going to play it, then we're going to come back and give you our first impressions of the game after one play.
Right, and this is going to be a little bit of a difficult game to do that with, because the game comes with multiple custom-built decks. There's 6 possibilities. We're only going to be playing with 2 of them. So we'll look through the other ones as well after we play, kind of get an idea, a feel for those, but we're not going to know the game inside out. It's just going to be, how did we feel about the initial gameplay?
Well, yeah, and I think you're mostly judging the game system.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Like any game like this, like the Fantasy Flight LCGs, like Netrunner and Game of Thrones, the card game, like you'd have to play dozens, if not 100 times to try out different archetypes and different decks and stuff like that.
Your own custom building, drafting, things like that. We're just going to do 2 decks that are pre-built, play those, see how it plays, and go from there.
Yeah, and I mean, really, this is what it needs. It needs the one game hook to get me in, because if I'm not hooked after that first play, am I going to delve even deeper into the Ashes universe? Right. So, Ashes, this is your one chance.
This is your one chance, Highlander, our Ashes.
All right, let's get it to the table, play it, and come back and see what we think.
All right, we'll see you guys in a little bit.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Maple Leaf Reviews. We just finished playing Ashes, a.k.a. Highlander.
It didn't feel like Highlander to me.
It didn't?
No.
Well, when I won,
my head is still attached right now.
I said there can be only one.
I don't think you did.
All right. So let's dive right in. I think the easiest part of this is going to be the artwork. I mean, phenomenal.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh man, it is.
It's really nice,
dude.
It's good.
It's awesome. It's not even really nice. It is amazing artwork.
Yeah, I mean, it's really good.
Yeah. Why are you arguing with me over this?
Continue.
Like, all the cards have, like, so many little details on them. Like, it's not just broad strokes. Like, there's so much for each card.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different cards in there. So, yeah, the artwork, amazing.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of struck me about the artwork was some of the cards had, like, a minimalistic look where some of the background stuff was just faded or didn't feel like it was there, and it was just, like, this one character standing there by themselves. And so without, like, an elaborate, huge background, it didn't blow me away. But yeah, I mean, it's really nice artwork.
Yeah, and I think that's mostly just for the unit cards, or just like that unit. But like some of the spells that I had like a character in the foreground, and then like this huge castle way in the background.
Yeah, I think it was more conjurations.
Yeah,
that had that.
So yeah,
all the conjurations did look very similar as well. I didn't look too depthly into it. Not like I'm talking about the ready spell that you have, where it's just an open book with a bunch of glyphs and stuff. Yeah. And I'm sure if I looked very closely into each individual one, they'd probably be different and maybe have like some icons associated with what you were summoning, whether it was a demon or some like fairy thing or whatnot. But yeah, it's good.
So moving on to rules and teaching.
Right.
I can tell you exactly how long it took me to learn this game.
Okay.
22 minutes, because that's how long Rodney Smith's Watch It Played video is.
Right. Yeah. I watched the Rodney Smith video as well to learn this one, and I also read through the rule book though, and the rule book is laid out very nice. There were only 2 instances in which one, they made reference to something that was coming up in a future page, which I'm always like, but it wasn't too bad because it was on the very next page that you flip over to. And another one, it looked like they had an image misplaced. They had one image that was, I think it was supposed to be at the top of that column on the page, and it was on the bottom because it intersected a paragraph that had nothing to do with that paragraph.
Okay.
So I was confused for like half a second there. And then I was like, oh, this isn't related. Other than that, it was very clean and easy read.
Yep. All right. Moving on to theme. Did you feel like a Phoenix person?
A Pheonixborn summoning? Yeah, I mean, I felt like I was a magic user of some sort, and I had this spell book and this tableau of spells that I was coming felt in front of me, and I was just like casting, summoning stuff, and
definitely felt like I was dueling you.
Sure, yeah.
Trying to one-up you and sneak through all your conjurations and allies and just smack you in the face.
Yeah, for sure.
And then absorb your ashes.
And become the most powerful Highlander.
Exactly. Yeah, I definitely think the theme is there. Although the Phoenix theme per se, I don't really feel that. I feel more like wizards and sorcerers and stuff. The whole like Ashes Pheonixborn thing, I think is kind of not as there for me.
Okay, sure. I don't have much to say on that part. It was just, the theme is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think it wasn't jumping down your throat.
No, I think the theme of dueling was there in spades. I just don't think the theme of being a phoenix was there in the gameplay. Like, you could have put anything on this. You could have made this.
But it was like people from the past are being reborn inside you, aren't they?
No, you're trying to kill them so that when they're ashes, you can absorb them and become even more powerful.
Yeah.
But I kind of felt that you could have put like a Harry Potter theme on this, and it would have worked just as well.
Okay.
Well, and I think too for the Pheonixborn, because like the whole thing is you're absorbing their power, but there is no mechanic in the game that
makes you more powerful.
Emulates that. When you win the game, you win the game. It's not like you level up and then everyone you defeat.
New tier and you fighting someone else.
Yeah. I just don't think that theme comes through.
Sure. I get you now.
All right. So on to the gameplay.
I liked it. I felt like there was some limitations because you're rolling your dice and you're powering your spells and your abilities based off of what dice you have. but there's mitigation to that as well. If you need a specific die of a specific value, then you can always discard a card. And you don't generally need all your cards either. But you discard a card to turn a die to any face you want. Obviously, it's going to be the most powerful face because it can act as anything. And
some cards have abilities that allow you to change dice faces. There's actually quite a few of them, so there's a lot of mitigation. As well as, like you said, the cards in like Magic, if you were discarding cards, that would be like, oh man, what are you discarding your cards for? Sure. But in this game, the cards are just another resource.
Lots of duplicates.
Yeah.
And that allows you to cast them multiple times in a round, but sometimes you're not going to do that because the dice value of that spell is so heavy or something like that.
So, yeah, I think there's a lot of dice mitigation. There's a lot of flavor per each of the base characters as well. Like, I felt like my deck was really good at doing one thing. And looking through the other decks, they're very focused on one aspect. So it'd be interesting to try and build decks that kind of take the best of both and see how well those would work as well.
Yeah, there's lots of deck building options there. Lots to explore, so it's awesome for replayability.
Yeah. I liked the whole attacking mechanic of when you defend, you can choose to either counter them and do damage to them, or just take the damage and leave your guy able to attack later on in the round.
Yeah, it's very tactical in that sense. The deck that you were playing, you wanted your guys to die, and so I finally learned halfway through that, okay, I'm just not going to retaliate, and I'll just like take the hit on my guys so that his guys wouldn't die and buff his other people. Yeah,
so yeah, it's a much more tactical than just, oh, I swing, you block, and then there's no decision there. There actually is meaningful decisions in what you block with, if you're actually going to counter, if you're just going to take the damage, if you're going to use your own character to block. Sometimes
to block your unit because you want your unit to live, so you can just jump in the way to save your unit, which is an awesome feature. And sometimes I found that it was very much a waiting game too. A lot of the times I was just like, well, I can attack with these guys, but he can just block and nothing's going to happen. So I want to wait you out till all your guys are exhausted.
And then you just swing
then I can come in and swing. So yeah, it was very, very tactical game. I really enjoyed that.
I also like the twist on you pick your 5 starting cards.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So you can actually, right out of the gate, have your combo pieces ready to go. And even in the deck that I played, the suggested ones, I was like, oh, I see exactly what what the combo pieces are and how I kind of get the ball rolling. So that kind of removes that little bit of initial draw luck out of the game, which is nice.
Yeah, I found that the game has definitely a learning curve to it of learning these tactics that we're talking about. I found that about halfway through our game, I kind of realized, oh, this is what I need to be doing. And the first half of the game, I was really struggling with that, and I maybe didn't see all the combos and how everything kind of is woven together. And once you figure that out after your first game, I think there's lots going on in Ashes.
So our first game took about an hour and 15 minutes. But, I mean, a lot of that was thinking. So I definitely think you can get games
for sure
into a lower range, especially if someone just wipes the board with you. Then it's going to be a lot quicker. But, so I said that for this game to kind of pull me over, it would need to be an amazing game. I'm still undecided. I think it was really good, and there was a lot of cool things happening, but I haven't decided if it's just a good game or a great game. I'd like to try it again some more and play it a few more times just to see if it's something that I would want to invest more time and pick up my own set and start building decks and stuff. But I think that if you just wanted to play this casually and just whip out one of those pre-made decks and just play against someone, I think you could also do that with this game.
Well, 6 different decks pre-built in the box, so you have multiple options of facing off, however many combinations that is. And then if you want to deck build, you have a lot there to do that with.
So,
Yeah, I really like this game. I intend to bring it to the table a lot, and I hope that everyone I play it with will like it, and
they'll pick up their own copies.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't think you need to. There's enough in the base game to just play casually, but if, like you said, you want to go to like a tournament or something, you're gonna need to get your own box and figure out what to do.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where it falls in for me is, do I want to take this higher level, or do I just want to play it, occasionally? Because I feel like if you're going to bring it to the table over and over and over again a lot, you're going to want even more. Yeah. And then you're going to want to play against different people, because that's where the exciting thing is. Because if you're just playing against the same person, you kind of learn their play style, the types of decks they build. So you want to switch it up, get a different challenge. So, I mean, there's a lot there. There's a lot of potential. I want to play it some more to see if it's some potential that I want to tap into or not.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Well, those are our thoughts on Ashes.
And opinions.
Unless there's anything else you want to talk about.
That was it.
All right, guys. Make sure to follow us on Twitter @MeepleLeaf. Go to the section down below, board game links, and give us some hearts.
Yes, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That really helps us out a lot.
All right, guys. We will catch you next time.
See you guys.